Hey Leos, here is your message for the next 3 to 4 weeks. We're going to dive into what are you currently learning, what are you currently going through. It's going to be the what's going on, but also the deeper growth that needs to go along with your journey. So let's dive in, shall we, Leo? So you get the Queen of Pentacles upright as your outcome. So this is definitely a month of you discovering who you really are, but you discovering that you're outgrowing your past, you're outgrowing your heritage, you're outgrowing the generational karma, you're just outgrowing what you were born into. And a lot of that has to do with you being okay that you want to feel good, being okay that you want a better life. That is one of the biggest breakthroughs that my clients go through when working with me, is that they're like, oh my God, I do want to enjoy life more. I want to enjoy life more. I want to wake up. I want to wake up and I want to enjoy life more. That involves feeling good while on a date. That involves feeling good while dating someone. That involves feeling good while going to work. That involves feeling good with how my boss treats me. That involves feeling good with how I earn money. You're just like, you're going to have this like, oh my God, I need it all to feel good. Like if I'm on this earth and I have this many more years ahead of me still on this earth, I need life to start feeling good now. That's what this growth phase you're going through is. It's where you need all the areas of your life to at least feel neutral, if not good. Okay, so it kind of looks like you were definitely at a serious phase of withdrawal. Oh, my poor Leos. Oh, even going through the ringer. Hey, for those who are catching it high. You went through a serious, you got the Hermit with the Five of Cups crossing it. So you were withdrawing heavily. And that's okay. It was because you were trying to avoid heartache. You were trying to avoid conflict. You were trying to just avoid feeling bad. But like your sense of feeling bad was coming from having more success than others. So you're like, you were tapping into the good life and you're, oh, no, I can't enjoy that because then my auntie's going to think I'm evil, because then my friends are going to think that like when I get that money, they're going to want it from me. And when I don't share it, they're going to feel bad. So you're like not allowing that success in because you're afraid of that pre-shame. And guys, more than likely, they either won't shame you and they'll just be like happy for you. You'll be a source of inspiration for them. For those that do shame you, know that when some friendships leave, new ones come in. Ones that support you. Ones that, do you want to be the person who's always hiding your success? Or do you want to be the person who's calling the friend going, okay, girl, I got a week off. Let's go to Mexico. Hey, I got this. Let's go there. Hey, do you want to go shopping in Paris with me for the week? There'll be new friends at your higher level of enjoyment. Okay. Yeah, so you're not actually confused. You think you're confused. Oh, I don't know what to launch. I don't know what job to apply for. I don't know. You're just afraid of admitting it because you don't want to lose your love and affection. That's all that's coming up for you guys. It looks like, yeah, in the recent past, you got the Lover's card reversed. In the current moment, you got the Hierophant reversed. Going forward, you got the World reversed. So you know that this growth and this change that you're about to go through, Leo, is going to mean leaving like one world behind and go on a new one. It's kind of like, the first boats from Europe when they came over to America, they literally had to leave one world behind to go to a new one. That's scary, guys. When you want to move to a new city and you don't know anyone, but you know that there's just more opportunity there and you know it's going to be better than where you're at, that's scary. So you have to like hold and embrace that fear and go, of course I'm afraid of, if I make this kind of money, my friends won't love me anymore. If I make this kind of money, I'll be shamed. If I make that kind of money, I'll be the evil person. Or if I have it all, people will hate me for that. It's kind of, when people are used to love and connection over the struggle or out of fear-based living, when someone vibrates out of that and is like, you know what, I actually want to connect with people where we're sharing our successes. I actually want to connect with people when we're talking about good things happening. I want to connect with someone over like decoration up in my house. Like, look at this new piece I bought for my house, right? If you can't send that to someone who's in like money shambles, because then they'll be like, oh, how nice of that is for you to have something have money to like buy decorations like that for your house. I wish I could do that. Man, I'm having a hard time paying rent. Like, you can't let those kind of responses, reactions from others keep you from going towards the more success. It might be a position where you do go within and make the internal shift and you just know that it's okay. And this is one of the 7 foundations of that I teach in my mastermind of becoming who you really are. It's about like not taking it personal, and it's about recognizing that you may want to come down and enjoy life in a different fashion than you were born into, or you may want to enjoy life differently and at a smoother, easier way. And it's recognizing that sometimes other people may want to stay there. You're looking at them and you just see if they made a few tweaks, they would get better results from your opinion, your perspective. They may not want that growth. You're not everybody's teachers. That's another big lesson for you this month. Okay, so your personal power this month is the 3 of Swords reversed. You have to let yourself grieve that your old life is over. You got to let yourself grieve that, like, because a lot of times when someone's making an active choice to get a better result out of life, don't call it a better result, because there's no shame in how different people choose to enjoy life. There's nothing wrong with different types of experiences on earth. When you're actively choosing to do the energy work, to do the inner mental work, to take classes, learn new systems, new strategies, you invested in yourself, and you invested in yourself because you want a different result, because you want a better feeling life. So now that you've gone through some of that, it's really up to you if you're going to allow yourself to enjoy everything you've been working for, or if you're going to hold yourself back because you're afraid of hurting someone else. So you got to sit there and take time and be with your sadness. Find out if are you sad that a friendship's going to end once you take that step? Are you sad because you're not sure if you enjoyed this stage of life enough yet? Are you sad because you don't think you're good enough for the future? Right? The sadness and the grief could be coming from different angles. But your personal power is to sit there and be present with it, identify it so that you can move on. If you guys need help with that, I can help. Book a breakthrough session if you're ready for some transformation. Outside influences, guys, you got the 4 of Wands upright. So believe it or not, other people around you want you to be happy. You might have a fear of, but if I tell them this, then they won't love me anymore. And I remember when I came out of the spiritual closet with my family, I started this business. I told them I was just doing like life coaching, but then they started finding some of my YouTube videos. And when I saw my dad in person after like 9 months of doing this, and I quit my day job to do this full time, I just remember sitting there so nervous. I couldn't even make eye contact with him. And I was looking away and I'd run from him. And he's like, Kelly, would you just tell me? And I looked at him, I was like, I read tarot cards for a living. And I was so scared of my family completely rejecting me. Turns out he just laughed so hard. And I think I have that YouTube video on here with my dad on it. It's from years ago, guys, where he talked about, he's like, Kelly, I knew you were someone connected to the spiritual realm. Do you remember in 7th grade when you had the Renaissance fair at your school? And I was like, yeah. Like, Kelly, do you realize the role that you played there is that you were in the palm reading tent and you were the palm reader? And Kelly, I watched, you had your dress on. And I was like, oh, she's connected just like grandma and great grandma and auntie so-and-so. And I was like, I didn't even realize that this skill, this gift ran generationally in my family. Before I told him. And he's like, when people would walk out of the tent, they came out, and even adults, they were like, oh my God, you could tell that you just did some like emotional psychic surgery on them. And I knew since 7th grade, and I went, oh, now that's out of the bag. You want tarot read, Dad? So sometimes you won't get rejected. Sometimes you do have to leave the past behind. Are you going to become okay with the type of lifestyle that you want to lead? And I also did have some other family members who were just against me while I was doing this. Once I reached a certain level of success, they were like, okay, well, we can tell that you're actually serious about this. So can we gain some more understanding about what you're doing? They came back around. Not all of them did. Can you be okay with like ebbs and flows in relationships? Your hopes or fears. Oh, your hopes or fears is that you want to know it's all worth it. You want to know it's all worth it, because sometimes, especially if you have an abusive childhood, or if you just have a childhood where like one of your parents wasn't fully present and aware, they may not have been abusive, but they just weren't there for you. Maybe they were working just to try to keep the roof over your head, like whatever reason. Sometimes that growth takes a lot of inner growth. Sometimes you have to learn new communication skills, right? You want that higher paying job. Sometimes you have to go and rewrite old coping mechanisms you had. And then you have to discover your communication pattern and read new books for new ways to communicate. And then once you can start having the new communications, you experience deeper intimacy with people and with like lovers and work, right? Because the people who make more money are the people who are able to be more present and have more intimate conversations. Like, okay, what's the real struggle? What's the real thing that we need going on? And they're willing to strategize a bit. That takes a deeper level of groundedness being here on earth. So it is worth it. You just don't see the results of it yet. It's kind of like when you want, say, like, you know, $20,000 car, $100,000 car, and you've saved 500, and you're like, oh, but am I ever going to get there? Is it worth it? You keep saving your money, you're going to get there. Your journey might be going slower than you'd like it to, but are you willing to have the personal and emotional epiphanies, the mindset shifts faster? That's what you should be manifesting. But yeah, and guys, it is worth it. Queen of Pentacles upright, and this is good for like 3 to 4 weeks. Really, whenever Spirit guides you to this. But you'll become the Queen of Pentacles upright, where you're like, it's okay to love my life. It's okay to have desires for things in my background, for nicer apartments, for a nicer experience of life. You're going to be like, it's okay for me to be beautiful and successful. All right, Leos, hope that helped. If you're ready to dive deep and want some live coaching support with me, I have some spots open. So book a breakthrough session if you'd like to see how we could work together. Love you guys. Bye.